We are unspinning today's political headlines with our analyst, Democratic strategist Nicole Safar, and in for Bill, Rusty Schultz with Platform Communications. Good to see you. So we have watched the redistricting fight play out in Texas for weeks. Other GOP-led states are considering similar efforts. Senator Baldwin weighed in yesterday, essentially saying that she can't fault Democratic governors for looking to do the same. Are we on the verge of a nationwide redistricting showdown?
You know, I think that a lot of people agree with what Senator Baldwin said, is that what we really need is nonpartisan, independent redistricting in the states so we can make sure that the elected officials reflect the will of their voters and that politicians aren't picking their voters, which is essentially what happens in a partisan gerrymander. But we are so far away from coming to the table to negotiate a real policy fix to this. And you know what we're seeing with the Trump administration and the kind of calls out to Governor Abbott in Texas and other governors to try to find them votes so they don't lose the House. It seems like if you could pass policies that the people support, you don't have to change the rules so you can win the election.
What is your take on this redistricting controversy?
I mean, the way I look at it, we've got to remember Wisconsin's a 50-50 state, right? We've got maps in place today that were signed into law by Governor Evers, a Democrat. And when I look at the results of this most recent election, seeing Senator Tammy Baldwin, a staunch Democrat, winning seats that right-leaning Republicans are also winning, I have to imagine we've got a pretty good thing in place right now. So I think anything beyond that is kind of politics.
You don't see it happening here, but we do see it happening in other states.
We see it happening in other states. I think this is something ultimately courts are going to be weighing in on. That's what I'm watching for.
Okay. I want to talk about a statewide effort. This might be in the weeds, so bear with me. Governor Evers has asked his cabinet secretaries to submit rules that actually stalled out in the Joint Committee for Review of Administrative Rules. It's a long acronym there, but this happened after a state Supreme Court ruling that essentially said the committee does not have the power to indefinitely suspend proposed regulations. Give us an example of a rule that could come into play and why our citizens should care about this part of the process.
100%. So I think what we're seeing right now is a little bit of an overreach on the part of the administration. An example of a rule. This is authority that the legislature has delegated to the executive branch, that checks and balances of how our government's supposed to work. Wolf hunting in Wisconsin, contentious issue. People can't agree on it. What we're seeing right now is the administration under Governor Evers saying, this is how it's going to be, take it or leave it, legislature, I don't care. So that's really kind of a twisted way of how things have worked in Wisconsin for the past several years. So,
would you acknowledge that the committee was just letting these sit?
I do think that there were some things that probably they could have done a little differently, 100%. But what I'm most concerned about is that checks and balances breaking down, because that's not what this is supposed to be when that authority is delegated.
And Nicole, your insight in terms of why it should matter to people?
You know, I have to just challenge Rusty a little bit on the idea that this is an overreach, because what we're really doing is going back to the way that this process is supposed to work. And the legislature still has an ability to weigh in on administrative rules. They just have to take a vote on it. So there are different points in the process of administrative rulemaking, which is an incredibly long process. There is all kinds of areas for both legislative and public input, honestly, so the public can submit comments, they can provide information to the agencies, but the legislature isn't cut out of the process. They just are not allowed to obstruct it and hold a rule indefinitely in committee, and that's what's been happening since Governor Evers came into office in 2019.
We'll keep an eye on it. These and many more things always happening in the political world. Rusty, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Nicole, thank you too.
Yeah.